and welcome to this week's Wax Pack Dead. Woo! Hey, this week we are opening up some pre-draft 1985 Topps football. The black borders, the horizontal cards, love them, hate them, I love them. Just had a lot of fun. Did it yesterday, the WCW NWA rip. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I was kind of going in trying to look like Tony Schiavone, but I've got to own it. You know, I haven't lost enough weight that I'm not, I'm a little more Mean Gene than I am Tony Schiavone at this point. But who knows, right? At least I'm not Paul Heyman. So we're going to open up in 1985. What we're going to be looking for is rookie cards of Warren Moon, Hall of Famer Mike Munchak, offensive lineman. We're going to be looking for Hall of Famer Steve Mongo McMichael, who's still hanging in there. Hall of Famer Richard Dent. Also looking at cards of Mark Clayton, Bill Bates, and Darryl Talley. I'm probably missing a few other rookies. And also second-year cards of Marino Elway, Dickerson, etc. And almost all of those cards and the rookie cards in even PSA 9 are going for $100 plus, because it is so hard to get a well-centered and non-chipped with the black background. So let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get a great one. I've had great luck with these cards in the past, which is probably jinxing me today, but let's open them up. So there is a little bit of damage in these, but these packs have been, and I didn't actually see that when I bought it. I don't know if I wouldn't have not bought it, but, did pay a premium for these packs. These come out in cellos. So 42 cards, which I like. It's a little bit of a, not necessarily a bonus, but, we did start off with, Hall of Famer Fred Dean right here. Kicker Chris Barr, we'll keep that up there for last. And we've got Henry Lawrence with the Raiders. Steve DeBerg? I think it's Steve DeBerg. All right. Long-time QB. Long-time backup. And we've got Joe Washington and Jeff Bryant. So let's open this guy up first, and who knows, maybe we'll get another Warren Moon. I made the mistake of trading away my last Warren Moon rookie that I pulled, and I shouldn't have done it. Did it anyway. I kind of felt bad because I made a bunch of trades to that person. I was like, but I figured I'd pull another one eventually, so maybe today's the day. This one's got a bunch of crud on it, some damage. So we got Joe Washington, longtime kicker Nick Lowry, let's look at the back here. And then we've got interception leaders with Kenny Easley, who I believe is a Hall of Famer, and Tom Flynn of the Packers. And as a Packer fan, I have no idea who Tom Flynn is, so maybe he was kind of a flash in the pan one year. Now, granted, I was, in the 1984 season, I was 9 years old, so I wasn't exactly watching a lot of football. Robin Cole with the Steelers. Oh, look at this. Oh, that is so awesome. Reno, Montana. Let me get this guy up there a little bit and put that in plastic. Yeah, nice looking card. Off center, left to right, top to bottom looks pretty good. And you can see, like, on the chippage, there's nothing here, but this side's just got a little bit, which would, probably knock it down a point. But man, oh man, what a cool card. Two iconic quarterbacks. I like it. And we got Ken O'Brien. We got some cards stuck together here. Ross Browner of the Bengals, and I've got some guys stuck together here. And it's Kenny Easley. Feels like the gum's in there, and I'd like to keep the Kenny Easley. And no, you will not be keeping the Kenny Easley. Not. So, we're not even putting him on the wall there. It's alright. You know, it could have been like a Walter Payton or somebody. We got Darren Nelson with the Vikings. Gerald Carter of the Buccaneers. Dave Wilson of the Saints. Stretching for the first down. Is that Gerald Riggs? Let me look at the back there. Rushing Gerald Riggs. So I think it's him. That's cool. Louis Lips, receiver of the Steelers. And Jeff Bryant. So we lost to Kenny Easley, but definitely cool card there. Definitely a cool card. So let's keep going. We'll open up the Steve DeBerg pack. That guy he'd always be a backup somewhere, and then he'd always end up starting. I remember with the Bucs, they'd start with somebody, and they would end up with Steve DeBerg. Got some damage on some of these corners here, which is a little unfortunate. Henry Lawrence. Reuben Carter of the Broncos. Ray Guy. It seems like everybody always pulls him. You only get one Hall of Famer in a pack. It's a Ray Guy. But hey, he is a Hall of Famer, even if he is a punter. Jim Haslett. It's like everyone's favorite defensive coordinator. The Bills. Tony Franklin, kicker. Everson Walls. He's a good player. I don't think he was a Hall of Famer. If I'm incorrect, let me know. Andre Tippett with the bubble gum stain here is a Hall of Famer, so hopefully we don't lose. Oh gosh, are you freaking kidding me? A Mike Munchak rookie on the other side? Oh no. Alright. What to do. Now, I already pulled a really nice Mike Munchak in PSA 10. It's a $500 card. This is going to be 50 cents by the time I'm done with it. I'm going to hold out on this. We got two Hall of Famers because I did see a beautiful 49ers card. Beautiful. With Joe Montana. Not to be confused with Joe Montana. Reggie Camp. Chip Banks. Tony Eason. Joe Ferguson. Steve DeBerg. You kind of almost have to just tear it apart. And if it's going to be, it's probably going to be the same way as it was before. Oh, gosh. Yeah, there's no getting around this. This thing's ruined. Yep. Now I probably could get rid of this stuff, but the bubbling, not. Well, the good news is I already have Mike Munchak rookie card. So the gum kills two Hall of Famers. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But still did pull another nice Montana card there, so I feel like the pack was pretty brittle when I bought it. That was the one thing I noticed is, sometimes if they're kept in, a nice climate-controlled area, but this was not kept in a nice climate-controlled area. So Fred Dean, Hall of Famer. Paul Kaufman. Kim Brock, whatever. I got Billy Sims. We'll put him up there in the good column. By that time, I think he was pretty beat up. Todd Blackledge. We've gotten a lot of the other 1984 or 83 quarterbacks like Tony Eason and Ken O'Brien and Blackledge. We haven't gotten any of the good ones. But maybe Roy Green. I'm just afraid that we'll pull these guys together. Tony Hill, good wide receiver for the Cowboys for a number of years. Art Stills. Dave Brown. Johnny Lamb Jones. Come on. Timmy Lewis. And Chris Barr. Let's see what the damage is here. Roy Green, good player. Okay, it's Norm Johnson there. The first one isn't a big deal. Second guy's a big deal. Fred Smerlas. And then Norm Johnson. Gum. Ooh, gum. Well, pull a Mike Munchak rookie, and not even going to show him here, but I think really cool, though, the Montana Marino and the Montana by itself. Both really nice cards. Happy to have them. I mean, you never know, before you buy a pack or buy a sell pack, if the climate's going to damage it. And had I done a little bit more research on it and maybe saw that hole in there, I would have realized that it was not in great shape, and the gum really did some damage. So that's a nice card. So, and then, and the off chance that anyone's listening, going to the Packer draft, just give me a shout out there, and I'd love to meet up with you for a beer, or at least 5 minutes there. And as far as everything else, everybody, hope you guys stay safe and God bless.